Hey, this is Matt. Once again, we're about to another video. There's another paid request for another episode of Batman the Animated Series. This is for Lucas. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, or reviews, or re-reviews, reactions, topics, whatever, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for an episode of Batman that, for what I understand, Batman the Animated Series. But then, while it seems like it's connected to it, there was another one called The New Batman Adventures, where you still have Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman. A lot of the voice actors are still the same, but you feel and see a difference. And I didn't know about this because I'm pretty damn ignorant when it comes to the show. And this is an episode that follows in The New Batman Adventures. And to be perfectly honest, after seeing a couple of these, I'm not really a fan of this aspect, this new incarnation. Like Batman, the animated series, I liked a lot more than this. I like the animation better. I like the look of Batman better. Even Kevin Conroy's voice sounds a bit different. Like Batman's look, the signal is just black, not the black and yellow. His outfit is more gray, while the animated series was a bit more bluish, dark bluish. Also, you now have Batgirl, which I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about Batgirl. You have Tim Drake as Robin, who's like, what, 10, 13 years old. I never gave a fuck about Robin, especially one who's an annoying little brat. So, and then even the designs like Mr. Freeze, it looks subpar compared to the earlier episode I had seen him in. That was a much more emotional episode. I don't know if this would be a rant, but I just wasn't really a fan of episode like this, Cold Comfort. Again, like the addition of all these other characters, Batgirl and a young, annoying fuck Robin. Again, the animation, I'm like, why'd you change it? I think some people left, that's why. But it's like still. So Mr. Freeze has these chicks who work with him. And Freeze's Batman's taped to the floor. That stops Batman? My tape is frozen to the floor. Take your fucking tape off then. Or, no, instead he gets something and he cuts it. I'm like, you can't take your tape off? Fuck. See, I didn't even do that on purpose. I wish I did that on purpose. Because that was my frustration when I was watching this fucking episode. Me doing that. I should have done that on purpose to signify, like, this one was like, what the fuck? Damn, accidentally hit the damn desk. Probably, I'm like, come on. But come on. My tape is stuck to the floor because he froze it to the floor. What can I do? Oh, I will cut it. I'm like, just take your fucking tape off, dumbass. But in this story, Mr. Freeze's body has begun to deteriorate. So now he's pretty much just a head. Which reminds me a bit of the 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon where that kind of happened with Baxter Stockman. But I like that more than this. So Mr. Freeze and his henchmen get into Bruce Wayne's place. Alfred gets frozen a bit. Batgirl fights Mr. Freeze. I don't give a fuck about Batgirl. I'm sorry. Like, to me, Batman, I enjoyed him more when it was solo. Maybe that's why I like Batman and Batman Returns more as movies, among many other reasons. And I just, maybe if he teams up with Superman, that's one thing, but again, this Robin, Batgirl, I never cared about these other allies. Just, I prefer Batman when he has to do it by himself and he's solo, and that was more interesting dynamic for me. that he has no one else to turn to. He has no superpowers. He's got to use his brain, his wits, and his fighting ability to get out of these situations. That's just more appealing to me. Batgirl, the voice actress was fine. Tim Drake was an annoying little fuck. I wanted to kick through a field goal while he was on fire. Robin stays behind because he's a punk-ass bitch. Get offered his tea. While Batman and Batgirl follow the signal to Mr. Freeze's lair. I mean, Kevin Conroy, I don't really care for how he changed his voice as Batman. Maybe to others it's subtle, but to me it was a noticeable difference. And so here that Mr. Freeze is just a head with metal spider legs. He wants to freeze the city, gets on a plane, Batman gets on a plane, they have a bit of a fight. Hits Freeze and the freeze bomb out the window, so to speak. Explodes in the water, Freeze is frozen in there. End of episode. So this is a rant because I've been nothing but critical about it. So yeah, this is more of a rant because the last time I saw a Mr. Freeze episode, it was, I thought, better animated. It looked prettier. Didn't have all this fucking other shit like Batgirl and Robin getting in the way. I go see Batman for Batman, not these other fucking guys or gals. I don't know, just the animation for me dropped down. For some people, they felt it was better or the same. For me, it was a dip in quality animation-wise. And as I said, Mr. Freeze, he wasn't nearly as interesting as in that previous episode where, very emotional ending where he's in prison, but he's got the snow globe and he's pontificating his wife and, oh, I wish I could have saved you. Nice emotional. Not in this. Just frozen after a freeze bomb. So yeah, Robin annoyed the piss out of me. And more so that he's a little kid. Because the last time I saw a Robin episode, it was the other guy, Dick Grayson, who's older. Here, the fact he's like 12 years old. I'm like, oh god. Fuck me sideways. And the action, I'm like, didn't really care one way or another about the action, at least to me. So, and yeah, if you like the new Batman adventures, and I've seen 2 or 3 others, I'm like, yeah, this incarnation, I think Batman the Animated Series ran for 2 years, and then this came about. I don't know how long this lasted, maybe a year or so. Because someone said the whole show was 3 years. So they might have had Batman the Animated Series for 2 years, and maybe have this for a year. Again, I'm not the expert on it. But I do think it was a dip. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. If you disagree, that's cool. But again, the change of Batman's design, the change of adding all these characters, the change in Mr. Freeze's design, the animation just doesn't look as cool to me, as vibrant compared to the others. It feels like they're taking a bit away of that 1930s aesthetic, which I thought was really good. It seems like they try to take that a bit away with the new Batman adventures. Just all those changes to me, even again, Kevin Conroy's voice changing a bit, I don't think they were for the better. I think they were quite the opposite. I'm like, why are you changing? Why are you fixing shit that ain't broken? Don't fix shit that ain't broken. But maybe I'm alone in that. I don't know. But if you liked it, cool. I'll go watch the other Mr. Freeze. The better one in my opinion. But with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.